Okay, thank you very much. I'll ask for a volunteer to say a prayer. Do we have any volunteer who's going to say a prayer for us? Michael, you're proposing me. I can also pray, but we're choosing a volunteer today. Michael?
Twewombeke tusabe. Linnya lya kitaffe omulungi, Mukama Katonda tukwebaza olunaku olwaleero. Tukwebaza otukuŋŋaanya wano. Tukwebaza ekisa kyo. Ffe baani abali wano abataliko oxygen, abasoomuka ogutali gwa kusasulira. Mukama Katonda Taata nga tuli maaso go olw'abakama baffe abatuyise olwaleero nga bagenda okutandika omukolo guno. Abatannatuuka obawa ekisa batuuke bulungi, n'abatuuse bawulire ekisa kyo, bawulire okubeerawo okwo kwa Mwoyo Mutukuvu, ti buli ekigenda mu maaso wano w'oli era okyabaawo. Byonna tubisaba nga tubiyita mu linnya lya Mukama waffe Yesu Kristo. Amiina. N'ekisa kya Mukama waffe Yesu Kristo n'okwagala kwa Katonda n'okusooka okyemu ky'Omwoyo Mutukuvu kibeere naffe ffenna n'eri abooluganda bonna. Amiina.
Thank you. Your hand clap. Thank you very much. Yeah, so we are going to keep the program very simple, short, and very quick. So without further ado, I'd like to invite the General Manager of Corporate Services. Today we are blessed to have some special individuals who have joined us. So I'd like to welcome Enid to welcome us all, but also talk about the people here.
Good afternoon, everybody. Apologies again for the late start. We appreciate your patience, and we'll keep this as short as possible so that you can catch up with all your other programs. So, welcome to MTN. Today, we're here to launch an initiative of the MTN Foundation called the MTN Changemakers. My role here today is really just to introduce the foundation, which all of you have interacted with. I see in the room we have partners of the foundation. Michael, ICDL, we had a very lengthy discussion about your program at the foundation board meeting today. I see some of our dealers. Welcome, and thank you for the impact that you create in our communities. I see a lot of our ExCo members. Thank you very much for taking time off your very busy schedules to be here. I see beneficiaries of the foundation. Jamila, thank you very much. Jamila is, she'll do a presentation later, I believe, but Jamila is with this impactful program called Smart Girls, Girls with Tools. There's lots more of you in the room. Apologies if I don't specifically recognize you, but please accept my warm welcome to MTN. I also have the distinct pleasure of introducing the Foundation Board of Trustees, led by Mr. George Egadu, who's our chairperson from inception to today. He's not rivaling some other leader in power. We also have Honorable Onapito Ekomoloit, who's a retired citizen now, but not tired. He's a member of our trustees, a board of our trustees. We have Your Excellency Lulu, the High Commissioner of the Republic of South Africa to Uganda. She's a member of our board of trustees. And we have Professor William Bazeo, who is also a member of our board of trustees. Welcome. We also have the foundation staff who are the engine really that runs these initiatives. Nelson, Conrad, Brian, who you just saw here, Sarah, Lynn, and a few other people that they've co-opted on their team. And of course, we also have our CEO, who you will be interacting with in a short while. She's called Sylvia Mulingi. I'm sure she needs no introduction. So what is the foundation about in 2 minutes? The foundation is the charitable arm of MTN Uganda. We've been in operation since 2007. We get our funds from the generous contributions of MTN Uganda. We receive 1% of the profit after tax per year from MTN, and we use that money to create impact in the communities and the societies in which we operate. Our thematic areas have, over the years, included maternal health, water, youth empowerment, schools, education, and so many more. The launch of MTN Change Makers today seeks to take these community initiatives to a more granular level, to the community level, where we seek to impact the everyday man, but using his ideas as opposed to ours. I won't go into the detail of that. That's something that the team will explain. But we're very pleased to have you here. Again, thank you for your patience. I'll now hand over to Brian to take us through the rest of the program. Welcome again.
Thank you, Enid. Enid is the General Manager of Corporate Services, and the foundation reports into her. Yes. So without further ado, we're going to have a very brief panel discussion to give a foundation of what we're trying to achieve here, what the Change Makers is all about, but why are we bringing it to the table? And are there people who have done this before, who can speak to their experiences and also inspire other people to do so? So without further ado, I'd like to invite the following members. I will start with Jamila Mayanja, who is our partner. We have worked together with on Girls with Tools. You're most welcome. I will invite Ms. Victor Nalole from Tunaweza. You're most welcome. I'll invite Mr. George William Okoit from Teso Youth Development. We worked together during 21 Days of Yellow Care, an inspirational person. And last but not least, I'll invite someone from Uzia. This is our partner. We worked together during the 21 Days of Yellow Care, and they were very instrumental in everything that we did. You're most welcome. To chair the panel, or to lead the panel, I'll invite Mr. Michael Nehete Jeka, long-time partner of ours and colleague, so please, you're most welcome.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. That's much better. I come from a teaching background, so I'm not turning you into students, but it's always good to have rapport with the participants. So I have been asked to lead this conversation, and I always want to have a face-to-face interaction with the people that I'm having a conversation with at the panel. The theme for this panel is optimizing opportunities for community development. And you are all grounded within the community. And we have less than 20 minutes to have this conversation. So I'm going to ask each one of us to have a 2-minute intro, a very quick intro, less than 2 minutes. What you do, what kind of impact are you looking at, and what do you see as the future in terms of the opportunities? So I'll start with you, Jamila.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jamila Mayanja. I'm the founder and team leader at Smart Girls Uganda, a social enterprise I started to empower girls and women, and some men, to live a healthy and economically sustainable lifestyle. We do this through training them in male-dominated, non-traditional STEM skill sets, and that's through the Girls with Tools skilling program, where you train 80% young girls who are out of school and 20% young men in these skill sets like electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, welding, carpentry, to give them a sense of work and also to help create their businesses. We've also embodied in there, we've launched our Girls in Tech program, where we are training young people in the community, mostly young girls, in basic ICT to understand the basic, how to put on a computer, Microsoft Word, and to inspire them not to be left behind when it comes to technology. What did you ask again, the last one? I'm sorry.
It will come through, don't worry. We can
Yeah.
go to... Yeah, over to you.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I like energy. Yeah. My name is Victor Nale, the founder and the executive director of Tunaweza Foundation. Tunaweza Foundation means we can. We can as person living with disability. I personally am a person with disability. For those one who cannot see, I'm in the wheelchair. For those one who cannot listen in my sign languages, Victor, I like smiling. I like smiling. And what do we do in Tunaweza Foundation? How do we tell people that person living with disability can live in the world just like any other person? So we do have different kind of a programming. And some of the programming we are having, we do have inclusive education, where we do a lot of mentorship program for person living with disability. We want to see them coming out of the shell. As you've seen in the past, that mostly person living with disability, they do have low self-esteem just because of the attitude that have come out in our communities where we are living in, because we've been definitely left behind. So we try as much as possible to talk to the young children in primaries, secondary, and then university, try to share with them how they can live an inclusive world for them, but then also trying to tell them that they can live in a life, they can be happy. And for me, that's an interesting program I like doing, and we work with the US mission on that programming. On the other side, we do have inclusive entrepreneurship. And I'm happy that in the Loom, we have some of the beneficiaries that have benefited in our program, like Diana. Diana, you can say hi. Yeah, Diana and others that we've impacted in Kawempe to see that they can start up a business and they can be independent as women living with disability. On the other side, we do have inclusive healthy, where we support a lot of into advocacy. We try as much as possible to be in the spaces of advocacy to see that accessibility of healthy services, accessibility to information is reaching out people with disability. In that, we've got HIV programming under the PEPFAR project. We had gender-based violence under the UN mission, UN Women, sorry. So we've had different kind of a programming to see that person living with disability, we are not left behind on a daily basis. Thank you so much.
Victor, that is massive. And they should give you a round of applause.
Thank you.
And I was also told that it is people with special abilities. So from what you've shared, you have special abilities to mobilize your community. So thank you, Victor.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Chief, the ladies have spoken. What is your counter offer?
All protocol observed, enterprises to start and grow. So what brings us on board, and I would want to thank MTN Foundation for having worked with us during the 21 days of Yellow Care. We believe we can do better. One, employment is key. How would we have our people in Uganda get more employed? When we talk about industrialization, the SMEs are really doing a great job. They're being innovative. They're actually also providing employment to these young people. So when the MTN Yellow Care came in, we saw this as an opportunity, and we believe the MTN Change Makers is also going to change the game of having more people have skills, more people being supported in terms of marketing, having an understanding of the IT and also the different technologies that are coming on board. As Wuzia, we also do a lot of entrepreneurship trainings. You know, businesses cannot run without these skills, especially when we talk about entrepreneurship. So we are going ahead to do this entrepreneurship training to see that the businesses are being managed professionally. They are being formal. We are actually turning from the informality to the formality, where actually businesses can pay taxes, businesses can understand their strategic position, and also have the business plans, have a strategic direction. As Uganda, when we talk about these opportunities, we can't do it without partners. This is where we come on board. This is where MTN Foundation comes on board. So we are going to make sure we provide the necessary members. We provide the most vulnerable people that can be able to show change in this direction, in this game. So we are here and we are ready to work with you. Thank you so much.
Wow. That's what they call an elevator pitch. George.
Protocol observed. My name is George. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I would have preferred to say Emuria Koliai.
You can say it.
Emuria Koliai. Papa Onapito would be the one to lead the answer. Thank you so much. I am George William Okoit, a total orphan, a street kid turned into an entrepreneur, self-taught. With all that I do, those who interacted with us when they came over, I think last month, we took them through the whole story. Based on time, we'll not be able to tell you everything until where we are today. But I'm here possibly to represent the biggest percentage of Ugandan young people who are not educated enough or well qualified to be employed by very many corporations. I did go to school and stopped in senior 4 in about 2008. Began business around P3 or so. I used to do art, and then at P6 and P7 I did stamps. That is what drove me to where I am today. 2017 we began a small company called Light Dynamic Graphics and Design Shop. In that business we're able to save until we opened 2 years ago a textile workshop. And in that workshop, we do tailoring, we do training, and add value to a lot of products. But while we opened up, we are focused at giving platforms to the most vulnerable people. Those are mothers and single fathers who are young like I and other people out there. Why do I give that definition of single fathers? I am a father of 2 daughters whose wife left because I was a broke man. Yes, so there is also that definition. I know many of you are wondering.
Honestly, I was one of those who are like
wondering.
single
So
fathers.
he is a single
I had
father.
never had
So we are equally there.
Wow.
So we are trying to redefine the community perception that it's only single mothers that need to be empowered. We equally have young fathers who are single fathers. So as Teso Textiles, we are focused at giving platform and opportunity to these kind of people. So in Teso Textiles, we employ strictly vulnerable people. As of now, we have about 15 people that we work with, and all of them are single mothers. And we want to use this opportunity to empower an open space for those that don't have the opportunity to get the formal jobs. That's why we are here to operate. Thank you so much.
Thank
Want
you.
to appreciate MTN, of course, for coming through. We have not been having partners, but the fact that MTN came through, it really gave us another angle that without people like MTN possibly cutting faster into the place that we want to reach out may not be possible as an individual. So the coming of MTN as a partner gave us a more better position to be able to deliver what we envision to deliver to empower these communities. Thank you so much.
George, a round of applause for George. I want to start with you in the next round of questions, and that will be as we bring this to a close. As you can see, each one of them we can have more than an hour in terms of engagement just to get to appreciate what they are working on. Are the single fathers coming out?
Yeah, they are coming out.
Okay, because I know men, they will have that whole thing, you cannot call me a single father. But the question I have for you and for the rest of the panel
Yes, sir.
is, where you're situated, what are those opportunities that are yet to be unleashed?
Thank you.
And briefly, so that we're able to get to everybody. Yes, George.
Thank you. Uganda as a country has a lot of opportunities across the whole country. And one sector that we haven't tapped into is the sector of skill. Many people out there prefer getting into a sector where you only need theory or so, but we have given no attention to employing our skills. Very many young people out there have inborn skills, like the music, the art, and other things that they have.
Yes.
So we have been made to think that the only people who can offer service or earn from anything that they do are those that are qualified through the education kind of way of qualification.
Okay.
We have not given time to appreciate that there is value and possibly a business opportunity in you using your own skill to earn and create jobs for other people. So I think that out there we have a very big opportunity in empowering and encouraging our communities to appreciate the idea of employing their skills into a business kind of format. Yeah.
So I guess probably the starting point is enabling the individuals to realize that
To
in
appreciate
them,
in them they have something.
because appreciating starts from knowing.
That is true.
So how then do we get them to know that you have that?
One, I think we need to invest more on mindset change,
Okay.
because most of us decide based on what people say about us. We rarely take time to examine ourselves. We don't have time to ask ourselves, what am I good at? Yet this is, to me, I take it as the foundation of how you can discover whether you are supposed to be an entrepreneur or a service offer or possibly an employer. Because at most times I've seen very many young people come to me and be like, I want to start a business. But the first question I ask them is, what are your skills?
Yeah.
What are your talents? What are your experiences? What is that you are really appreciative and passionate about? Because I can say, you go and begin a computer bureau. You're not good with these gadgets. So without a connection in what you want to do, you may not be able to succeed in that.
I
So
hear you.
discovering yourself is one thing that I thought we need to encourage communities to do, because when you ask yourself these questions, you interact with you who knows you better. So you'll be able to begin from there.
You
So
couldn't have
mindset
said
change
it
would
better.
be my biggest request. If we're to do anything, we need to unlock people by helping them get to appreciate, to know themselves.
So unlock them from their own imprisonment.
That is true.
Thank you. Andrew, Usia, where is the opportunity and how do we unleash that opportunity?
First of all, we need to know something very importantly is government of Uganda has given a lot of support, especially when it comes to development of businesses in Uganda. When you look at the NDP3, it is quite elaborative on areas of investment in Uganda.
Yeah.
So that is already an opportunity, and our young people and also the people who want to start up businesses, when you go out of Uganda, starting up a business is very, very hard. But in Uganda, you wake up today, you start up a business. And secondly, the nurturing is there. When you look at the different associations that are supportive to the businesses in Uganda through the BDS, through the hand-holding, the mentorship and coaching, we've been supported. We've been given a room, even in the policies of the country, to make sure that we support the businesses. We just need to make sure that we tell our Ugandans that, look here, you starting up a business, but you can be handheld by this association, credible associations that we are actually among. The issue of innovativeness in Uganda is one opportunity. Ugandans are very innovative. It is only in Uganda where businesses start every day and cannot be able to live in the next 2 or 3 years. Why?
So is that innovation?
Yeah, it is innovation. But the support that is there to be actually given. is what is actually the problem. So we as partners, we as Ugandans should be able to come out to see that we support these running businesses, these startups, to make sure that we nurture them to actually grow over a period of time, but also be able to create opportunities across the board. The population of Uganda is also an opportunity. We are young, we are sharp, we can use ICT. The population itself, we can be able to have the labor that we need if it is skilled. So that is an opportunity that we should be able to take up. If we skill these young people, if we can be able to nurture these young people, we can be able to take them through both the formal but also the informal education and certify them. We can be able to see that most of our young people will not be moving out of the country to go and do whatever they can be able to do out of the country, but can be able to invest their energies into the economy to make sure that it's productive.
Or when they go with better skills so that they can earn better.
Literally, some of them don't go with skills.
I'm saying that's what we should be tapping into as
yes,
an opportunity.
There are very many other opportunities that can be invested in them to make sure they stay.
Okay.
We talked about the employable skills that can be able to get employees.
I hear you totally, Andrew. Thank you. Victor, how do we unleash this potential that George Williams says we need to first know ourselves?
Yeah, thank you. I think one of the things that we need, I'm going to use an example of person living with disability. And I did a Washington Fellow. And I remember one day I went to this gala and I met this guy called Shad. Shad could not talk. Shad could not see. But what Shad could use was he had a helper who could move with him and take pictures for him. And guess what? Shad was living independently as a person with multiple disability and could pay for the helper, could pay for all his bills, and he could live an independent, inclusive life. Why am I bringing that? What is that secret did Shad have, or Shad has? It is only one. And I believe each one of us has got a gift. That's the gift that each one of us as young change makers that we have, but then we wait to say, oh, we cannot do ABC. I always tell my colleagues, I do mentorship program, and I tell them, what's your idea? And then the first thing in our session, do you know what they always come in like, oh, the government is a problem. Oh, we cannot do ABC. But then when we get on the ground and we sit and analyze, what is that one thing I can do? What is that one thing? Victor, I cannot walk. I got polio when I was 2 years. But what is that taking me places? It's because of my voice. So that is the gift I have as Victor. That is taking me from one level to another. So I'm just trying to tell the people out there, what is that one gift you have as a person? Be it with a disability, be it without a disability, because I've seen people without any disability out there begging, out there saying the government is not giving us jobs. But then I always go back and say, what about the Shad who cannot even talk or see or walk, but is living independently? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Victor. Jamila.
Sorry. Everybody has said it, I can't say much more, but what I can really emphasize on is what I call human-centered design innovation. We have an opportunity to inspire empathy, and that empathy can lead to the innovations that can help the communities that we live in. We are very grateful to have opportunities to have MTN give us a space where we've inspired our community youth and also older members who have used our space, and we've helped them change their mindset and appreciate that you putting the human being to the center of your business achievement is very important to innovate around them, but also maximize teaching the youth on how to innovate humanly. And the space that we provide within our areas practically make it possible. For example, just because MTN has given accessibility for our girls to learn and skill, the girls are now innovating what they're calling a solar sprinkler for a young person who is in a very small apartment, that if she has a plant around them, they could be able to sprinkle their plants and water them even when they're not there. So really giving access to spaces for the community to really unravel their creativity and innovate to really solve the issues of unemployment, of health, of climate, really can go a very long way to bring the communities together and also promote teamwork within the youth, because it's teamwork that can really help us thrive further. Thank you.
Thank you. So as we bring this to a close, each one of you, I'm going to ask you your 1 minute take on the opportunity for digital, for you to unleash your change-making capability. And yes, Jamila.
I love that you're asking that. because of the girls' intake, while we're skilling the girls in basic, them opening up a computer. And the next thing they were asking us, I really need to use the phone. I want to be the famous TikTok. I'm not among that age group, but I appreciate the power of digital knowledge for the community to actually influence change when it comes to entrepreneurship. So for me, my takeaway is I have learned while I'm giving my girls a knowledge in tech, it is very important for them to merge those knowledge in all platforms. Let it be solar, let it be mechanics. They have to use tech and digital to really grow as entrepreneurs, to grow as community members, to grow as influencers within their situation. So we really need to grow their knowledge and grow each other's knowledge and innovations. Thank you.
So what I'm hearing you is empower them.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Jamila. Victor.
Okay, thank you. In Tunaweza Foundation, through our mentorship programming, we do a lot of coding at the university. And why are we doing that? Because person living with disability, you feel like our physical abilities are mostly limited. And for that reason, the technology is the way to go. We always tell people that you can do anything. You can, just having your phone, you can do anything you want. So just having those kind of a basic knowledge in the innovation world, it will take you from one place to another. So we try as much as possible to tell the young girls, to tell our sisters and brothers out there that you can use the technology out there for you to basically leverage your level of understanding in your marketing. But then we also get onto the ground and say, okay, we do have different kind of abilities on the ground. We're having people who cannot see, who cannot hear. How do we involve them to understand or get involved in the different kind of technology? And right now we try as much as possible to talk to different companies on how to bring in the innovation for people with disability. For example, when you go on the website, how can I access as person who cannot see the MTN kind of website? And I'm happy the MTN is very inclusive on that you can get there. And then as a person living with visual impairment, I can get any information. So we are trying as much as possible to try to see how can we have inclusive technology going forward, because that's the only way to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's powerful. We have a lot to learn from you. Andrew.
There is a saying that if you can't accept change, change will change you.
It will actually leave you. It has no time for you.
Now, adaptiveness is key, especially if we're going to talk about digitalization in businesses. Automation has come in, marketing online has come in. The only way we can do is to skill our people to utilize digitalization.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Wow. That's powerful.
Thank you. As said earlier on, that I discovered my talent as early as P3. Throughout that, of course, I had odd jobs I did to be who I am, but in 2012, I took it up to myself to improve my fine art skill by learning Adobe Photoshop. How did I learn Adobe Photoshop? I could get the software on a CD, go to a cafe, install my CD there, use YouTube, borrow notes from the other side, listen to the video, and apply them in the platform that I have installed in the computer. When I'm done learning for that day, I uninstall my program and walk away with my CD. My first client, I got them, and my business was, I talk to the client that I can do this. When they give me the job, I go to the same internet cafe, install my program, do the learning on YouTube, and create what I want the client to have. At the end of the day, I print a sample, I take to the client, and by that time, unfortunately, there was no WhatsApp. and we only had one transporter system.
I
in
was
Teso.
about to ask you, how old are you? Because
I
the
am-
things you're talking about, they're only legendaries
Okay,
here who
okay,
can
okay.
understand.
I-
Install.
Yeah,
every-
I'm
yeah.
33 years.
No, I just didn't want to. Because
So I have to burn a CD and you put it on a gateway bus to Kampala up to Nasa Road, where they'll print the artwork and send it back. So to deliver to a client, I would take about a week
Wow.
to deliver work. So by the time the work comes to you to give to the client, you've eaten the deposit and you are broke. So with the coming of technology, first I want to say that through technology, I was able to polish my fine art, the talent that I have,
yes.
to suit the current presentation that clients may need, and I
Okay.
call it a job now for me. It took me about 7 years to own my personal computer, and I
Wow.
got that computer in 2019. In 2019, I was actually, before that, 2016, I was voted into a councillor in Soroti municipality then. After getting into council, I used my salary to borrow a loan. That loan was about 5 million from Centenary Bank. I bought my first computer set, I bought my first printer, and bought a vinyl heat press machine. And that is where I began from.
Wow.
That is when I owned my first smartphone. Through the smartphone, therefore, I was able to install the Facebook app and then WhatsApp. So entirely my growth in business in Teso and other places, it has entirely been on social media.
Wow.
Facebook and WhatsApp. My wife, the one I have wedded, is actually among us. She has my phone. I have about 120 WhatsApp groups. Madam is behind there. I
No
want
longer
us to be
single
safe.
father. Can
I'm
we
no
give
longer
a
a
round?
single father.
Yeah.
Wait, madam,
Where's your darling wife?
My wife, please stand up.
Please stand.
that is
A
the-
round of applause.
You know,
Beautiful.
there are some things we must make clear, because I might get a war at home.
I know. I hear you, my
We're on
brother.
national TV and you're saying you're single, my man. So I had to be safe. So what I wanted to say was, in my phone, I have about 180 WhatsApp groups. A minimum of about 50,000 people are in those WhatsApp groups. So I create what we call WhatsApp broadcasts. I do an advert and write something small and post in these WhatsApp groups and the broadcast. So I can assure you, in a day, I get about 10 to 20 new clients on WhatsApp and Facebook pages.
Wow.
And with the coming of TikTok now, I think I joined TikTok in January, and today I have about 5,000 followers. I do some audio, like oral comedy. I did MDD Kwale. So in my comedy, I put a poster of my workshop, and you can't imagine how many clients I get there. So I'm trying to say to the public that social media, technology, innovation is the way to go. It doesn't matter what level you have in your education or whatever you do, adjust your ego and begin using WhatsApp. There is business there. Thank you so much.
Wow. That's a catchword there. Adjust your what?
Your ego.
Adjust your ego and start using WhatsApp.
Yeah, by the way,
That's a
there-
quotation, guys.
Just
Yeah.
there, I have seen very many friends of mine. Yes, I stopped in senior 4 in 2008, and my highest qualification is a certificate in business administration from UCC. I have friends who have bachelors and PhDs. Unfortunately, with these guys, they prefer putting on suits and getting jobs in AC places.
Boss, what are you talking about? Me putting
No,
on
no,
a
no,
suit?
you have a
Ah,
job.
okay, okay.
So I'm trying to say, drop that qualification for now. Before you get the better job you're looking for, first start with something, the job will get you on the way. Thank you so much.
Wow. Can we give this panel a round of applause? I could have definitely gone on and on and on, but time is not our best ally. But I think these are the stories that inspire us. These are the stories that bring to life what it means to be a change maker. And so let's continue doing what we are doing. Don't be deterred from all the disruptions and distractions around. If there is anything, you have one fan base added to you, I'm the one. So I will look out for each one of you because this is powerful. So thank you very much. Brian, over to you. Can we give the panel another round of applause?
Thank you very much, Michael. A hand clap to Michael. I was a little bit distracted. I wanted the panel to first stay there for a minute, but you've already moved. It's okay. So this is something that we stand for as MTN. We have what we call ESG, and we are trying to drive a way of doing business which is responsible, environment, social, and governance. And as you have seen, the panel which was there was well matched. It wasn't by accident, but it's something that we preach. We had two ladies, two gentlemen. We had different faith and religion. We had a different body, set up. But at the end of the day, we want inclusion, full inclusion in everything that we do at the end of the day. And just to cap that off, I want to play a small video that is going to say something about what MTN is doing in that space. Please.
Key priority under MTN Ambition 2025 is our commitment to creating shared value. This shared value comes from a place where we acknowledge that doing good for the planet and for society enables us to sustainably grow as a company. At MTN, we look at shared value through a framework of ESG, which stands for Environment, Social, and Governance.
MTN has over the years invested over 29 billion in health, education, water, sanitation, and hygiene initiatives in over 100 districts across the country. MTN also upholds high standards of corporate governance and business conduct by ensuring transparency and accountability through internal and external audits, exercising openness with the company's financial performance and timely tax reporting for the development of the country.
By ensuring that we adhere to ESG, we as MTNers are playing our part in mitigating the effects of climate change. Because at MTN Uganda, we believe that a company's growth and success should not come at the expense of the planet's future. It is for this reason that ESG has been and will continue to be a key aspect of our operations here at MTN Uganda.
A force for good. A force for good. So today we're dealing with inspiration and driving the agenda of ESG. And we don't speak, we don't say these things because we want to be seen as very good, but we practice what we preach. And at this moment, I'm going to call a few people. They're going to tell you, they're going to share their story with you of how they've worked with MTN and what impact has happened and what has happened before. So allow me to invite first Madame Nanteza, the lady who prayed for us. She works with Glorious Widows, and she has done quite a lot in her community. So I'm going to invite her to say something very short, okay? So because of time, then we shall call another person.
Praise God. Mukama mulungi. Banange, for me, I always cry. MTN for people living positively. Bana bantu, really, God. They found us down. Kwegamba nga twako kusaba. I told my people now, the community should know what doli positive naye you can earn atoyina kyoyongera ku ggwanga. Ne balowooza nti tutya, ne mbaga nti tusobola. We can move and we can bring smiles ku bantu bangi. People not on, we want widows, and I work with only women and orphans and vulnerable orphans. Sina baami. Kubanga ffe tusinga okukosebwa abakyala. Mainly nti ne bwe bajja we normally do outreaches. Naye ne bwe babeera babiri ne tusanga ng'omukyala ye mulwadde, omwami amutulekera, mutwale munnammwe, mwe mumanyi. That's why I don't need men. Mutusonyiwe. Naye we get you ne mujje waffe nga you want help. someone tali mu group naye n'atugamba nti I need your comfort, siina muntu gwe nnyinza kwogera naye, we welcome them. Naye in our group we are only women. Why women? Ffe tusinga okukosebwa. Banaye the time I realized nga bakazi banange balekeddwa mayumba n'abaana, nina families nga maama n'abaana bana, they are all positive. Naye taata yafa, the family ne bagamba tebatwala, bo bagenda kufa. Naye we twogerera wano, Yale Care was last year. Ababiri bamaze obusomesa. They are good teachers. Family ekomawo eraga nti kati bana abantu balina omugaso. Nimbagamba now, people in Uganda should know, naffe abalwadde we can pay taxes, ate tusobola. By the time MTN we bajire waffe twali bubi, twali tulina 2 machines, and everyone atuyitako cannot give us. Ngagamba abana atungadde engoye ne ziggwa. We are now on digital. Commercial machines. We have suits. Abali baganti omulwadde tasobola. I'm training my women, my orphans, the young girls, not to seek jobs, home-based workers. Njagala home-based workers. Make your product, omuntu ajje waka ajigule. That's what we are doing. When we get an order, buli muntu bwoba tonabera qualified osigala ku base ku institute. Naye bwoba oli qualified kolera ewaka. Later we tick, we pack, ne batwala. But we don't have many customers. Naye njigiriza buli gwe nnina ne muga nti nekyolabanga ekitalina mugaso kiina. Ffe tulina necklaces nga tuzikola mu kyokolo, bottle tops. N'omuga nti togisuula. Ffe buli kiri ku kitengi kuno kye tukozesa mu industry tetukisuula. Tukola mu necklaces, tukola mu domats, tukola table mats. Nti naawe atasobola kutunga ate nga ssente tulina ntono, naye osobola okukozesa ekiriwo naawe ate ne twongereza ku ssente ze tulina be bantu be tulina. By the time MTN we are Conrad and the team, MTN Yale Care, you people, we are looking nga bwe mutulaba, it's because of you. People could not notice. Naye kati Glorious Widows, people can knock. Naga nti musobola otukolera essuuti z'omukolo. Bannange ne tuga nti nga luli baatuyitangako. It's because of your digital machines. We can put on labels. Kati we tutuuse today, 1 year. We can put on labels. Omuntu n'alowooza nti si ffe tukikoze kuba most people baagala nnyo Turkey, US, we buy the labels ne tuteeka ku buli ajja naga nti omukolo ono omuntu gwe tugenda okukolera wa bbeeyi naye mbasaba muteekeko label. Naye buli kimu MTN, the finishing, only it's the labeling machine yekyatutwalira sente. Naye byonna tubikolera ewafundawo we tuli and every member participates. Ne tukikola nojja n'okitwala nga you can't believe nti tukikoledde awo with your labels you want. MTN Yale Care, you really change makers. Mukama abatuweere omukisa. Tetulina kyakugamba banange mwenna bakama baffe ba board of trustees, abantu bano batukozeemu omulimu. Naye ffe people living positively, abantu badde tebamanyi nti tusobola okubeerawo nga tetusabye. Kubajjukira bwe tugenda ku ddwaliro bakuwa ddagala ne bakusibula. Naye jjukira omuntu ono omupya newly identified yeetaaga okubaako ne munne ennyo asobola omuddaabiriza. Ate abasinga tebaagala family members. Tubajjawa nze era bw'ojja ku Glorious Widows n'obuuza Justin, bajja kugamba onoonya maama Neeko kuba in KPs balina adolescent girls and young women bali wansi eyo. 2 months ali negative, ogenda okuddayo she's positive. N'omubuuza kiki. nga tetulina kyakubakolera naye you people tweyanziza, we are moving forward, tweyanzeege. Mwebale nnyo MTN, Mukama abawa omukisa. Buli muntu yakwata mu nsawo ye nga tamanyi glorious widows, tamanyi what's taking place. Mukama abawa omukisa.
A hand clap for Madam Nanteza and the amazing work that they do in Mashinde, working with people who are living positively. Another hand clap for her. Every time she does this, she cries. Today she has held up. Okay. No, we get, me and the foundation team, we get to work with amazing people, and it's why this is very deep for us, really, at this point. I would like to invite Mr. Kakairi from Luero. He also has a story to tell. Where is he? Is he around? Yes, please. So we're just going to do this in about 2 minutes, and then...
Mbalamusiza bonna mwenna bannaye buli omu mu kiti kye. Amannya agange Kakaire Simon, nga mbeera Luweero, nga ndi waabumu Disability Development Association, ekibiina kiriko obulemu naye nga kikozi. Era mu kukola tulima, tulunda, ne tukola crafts w'engatto. Awo wakati awo Uzia we yagira gye tuli. Uzia ne connectinga ne Uganda Research Institute ne batuyigiriza okukola mu mayembe genti nga tukolamu ebyokwewunda nga hearings, necklace, ebikopo, masowaani. Tukolamu ebintu bingi, amayembe gakolwamu ebintu bingi. Bwe twamaliriza ekyo tetwali tetulina wadde kagundi ka mashini nga nebye twasomerako babizizaayo. Bwe bamala okubizaayo nze kubanga muno mu Uganda twasoma abantu 100 ng'aliko obulemu ndi omu naye nze ate akola ebintu ebyo. Era nebaza Katonda okumpa amagezi kubanga bwe yagamba nakozesa obwongo bwange nenkozesa bumashini obutini obunafu nembuyiyiriza nentandika okukola hearing. Uzia bwe yawulira nga ate nza nkola hearing nga ate teyampa mashini yeewuunya nejja nga lwaki tukola bwe tutyo. Nenjiyiriza nempaayo mashini 2 ennyangu yangu era naye nga nsobola ozikozesa. Awo nebaza ate Uzia amaanyi geekozeseza ate nengatta ku MTN. Banaye ate MTN yo nemala eggobe mu jjobyo oba ejjobye mu ki neekolere ebintu kubanga bampadde mashini ziri mbadde nga nkozesa amaanyi mangi mu kukola ebintu ebyo. Naye mashini zibampadde kati nfulumya mu sekedi 2 nsobola okufulumya hearings peyanga 50. Era nebaza Uzia, nebaza MTN ebintu byenkoledde kuba yampadde mashini ekola ebintu ebyo ebya kawhoni. Nempe ebyalaani ebikola engatto kuba basanga tukola engatto. Nempe ebyalaani ebitunga engoye kuba muzibe mu kibiina kyaffe mulimu muzibe naye nga atunga engoye ate atunga n'amasweta, aluka amasweta. Byonna nebimpa. Nempa computer ate nenyunga ku internet nsobola okufuna akatale ak'ebintu bye tukola. Awo nno nebaza Uzia ebintu byonna bye tukoledde ne MTN y'ensonga lwaki era okuva bwe tuwaali nakati MTN we yeegasse ne Uzia batukoleko ke kanyiriro ke mulaba bannaaye. Awo nno neyanziza neyanzege.
Finally, we have a gentleman from Kawempe. We met him last year during Yellow Care. A very innovative gentleman. He's called Medi. Medi, please come. They say that is the average age in Uganda, the youth of the future of the country. You're doing amazing things with in the environment. Please just talk about that and how MTN impacted your life.
Dear invited and distinguished guest, I observe the protocol. My name is Mohammed Kakande from Focus for Life Development Link, an environmental organization which is aimed at protecting, conserving, and restoring the environment. The organization was founded in 2019 in the urban poor community of Bwaise. Among what we do, Focus for Life has been able to engage in climate action activities. And among the activities we have been engaging in, we have under our program called Sustainable Urban Waste Management Program. We have an activity of making clean energy cooking briquettes. We make clean energy cooking briquettes from the waste which is around our community. We saw that the reason why we started this organization, we saw a lot of challenges in our environment, in Bwaise specifically. Among the challenges which forced us to start up, we had a big challenge of poor waste disposal in our environment, whereby some of you who have ever had or have ever visited or passed via Bwaise, when you pass along the main roads, it's not the same picture as you go deep inside Bwaise. So we had a very big problem of poor waste disposal, whereby people didn't have good behaviors on how to dispose their waste. So as members in Bwaise, we saw that there is not anybody who will help us to reduce that problem. We began a few members. We began like 6 to 7 members. Then we saw that ourselves, we have to engage, we get together, and we solve the problem of that. So by solving this problem, the activities we try to do and our urban waste management activity, we saw that let us utilize the waste which is around us, because in our organization, for us, waste is not waste until it is wasted. We saw that we could add value on the waste which was around us. So among that, we saw that we trained ourselves, a few members, to make clean energy cooking briquettes. Also, in our program, we also have another activity of plastic bottle collection under our urban waste management. So, to talk more on the program of making clean energy briquettes, it was on 14th June 2022 when we got a chance to meet with the MTN Foundation. That is when we met with MTN under our program of community cleanup campaign, whereby MTN Foundation with KCCA and Focus for Life Development Link, we try to clean up our areas, mainly Bokassa Zone and Kamalimali Zone. That is where God connected us with MTN Foundation. So MTN Foundation on 14th June 2022, it's where we got a chance that MTN found us when we were making briquettes in, I would say, in an advanced way. Where we were operating, we were making briquettes, a type of briquette called a stick briquette. We engaged with the MTN team. It hoped to fund, it supported us in kind by giving us the machines called the honeycomb press machines, which make the honeycomb briquettes. MTN not only gave us those machines, under our program of community cleanup campaigns, which we normally do every year, it gave us the cleaning tools to help us to improve environmental sanitation and hygiene in our communities. MTN also gave us computers, whereby the computers have helped us. Firstly, we trained our fellow members and also other community members. I really applaud MTN for the big support it has given us. So after meeting with MTN, Focus for Life Development Link has been given a chance. We have got what we call more visibility, which we didn't have before meeting with what? With MTN Foundation. Right now, Focus for Life Development Link, we have got a big chance in a way that we are now trying to scale up, and our organization has now expanded to, now we are 50 members. And among the 50 members, some new members who joined us, I request my team at least to give to stand up for recognition. Focus for Life Development Link team, please. Among them, we have new members, whereby we have women. We have women here whom we have trained, and they can train others to make clean energy cooking briquettes. Wow. For us, it's a big impact in our community to see that a woman, irrespective of saying that these briquettes, it is dirty, women can now train fellow women, can now train others. So we really applaud MTN. And to add on that, right now, we are now providing training programs to women, those who have the passion of learning how to make these briquettes. We are now training university students. Can you imagine that?
Wow, Mohammed.
Focus for Life, we have internship students from Chambogo University, those who are pursuing bachelors of environmental science. We have students pursuing bachelors of environmental psychology. Now they are coming at our center there in Bwaise to do internship trainings. To me, I think this is one of the big achievements and impact we have got since we met with with MTN Foundation. We are now signing partnerships with other organizations. We have big partnerships with organizations who are dealing in environment. We are dealing with Tree Adoption Uganda. That's an environment organization. We are dealing in other organizations. Right now, we have so far received 5 applications or invitations to exhibit in the forthcoming exhibitions. We are going to be in the Kampala Business Summit at Mestil Hotel, where we are going to be there. We have on 26th, we are going to exhibit our products. There's a conference which is going to take place, an exhibition at Acacia Lane. So
Okay.
all of these
yeah.
are the fruits of MTN Foundation. Briefly, I will talk of, we have other climate activities we do. We do plant trees. We do plant trees also as a climate action activity, both
Wow. And that is the character we're looking at for change,
both
because
in
the ability to implement in almost every way, the environment, the community, and all that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We're going to get another person.
I
know the story is still long,
Fine.
but due to time, we.
Thank you so much, Mohammed Kakande. I'm proud to be a change maker.
Yes. A very big hand clap for Mohammed. Yeah, I know time is a big issue right now, but we can't go without listening to this lady. This lady, we met her this year, such an amazing lady. Anne, are you here? Anne, Sylvia's friend.
I'm not thank you for you. My friend. I don't need to use the language I prefer. So I'm going to Uganda. And I'm saying you, and you're going to hear. How you so in it over no? Mamma from my way. I'm not your unity. Annie. Nagoni. Organization United Disability Employment Link Project in Uganda. I never had known or much happened on one paper. And it went with me. I around here. On it in MTN. We hear that not do that in many. Not like what I problem. You're not in not to us out with your one at the 20%. You want to win your minute man that is ability is not inability. So, if I'm not inability, but you find you in your one you have. You're not one money man, no? Then you never only one. So, family disability employment link project. So, I feel like in you, feel like you're Okulanga omutwali omulemu naye abaako omulimu gwakola tuleme kula mu mbeera ya tuwa buwi naye naffe tuba tusobola okwekolera MTN yatusanga nga tuli ng'omuntu nsomesa teeralimi ate era okutunga n'omutunzi naye nina bannange beesomesa abaliko omulimu ate nga bangi ate nga abamu ku kko nateefu mukyala mukwano gwange kito ayogere okwesuula ekiramu ky'olina nti nakisuula nti nina disability sookera bulungi naye ate ninayo ekintu kirala kye nina ninamu obusobozi omulala munze obusobozi obwo bwekozesa okulaba nga nange mbeerako yengatta mu community. So mu mbeera efaanawo ekyo ne ngenda nga tunoonyayo bakanda bange abaliko omulimu nabo twegatte wamu tuyambagane tuleme kubeera disabled tubeere disabled naye nga tuli abled. So bannange abamu abaliko omulimu ddala abateefu abatawulira abatayogera ngesesa kutakuŋŋaanya ninayo n'abatambulira mu bugaali n'abaliko omulimu bonna naye ng'omulamwa gwakulaba nga omuntu aliko omulimu yeekasanyisa mu nsi y'okkola ekiseera kuno omulembe gwe tulimu ndowooza mulembe gwa kwekolera omulembe gw'okusabiriza gulinga ogenda kuggwaako. So wano nno MTN we tusabira tutunga engoye tusomesa tweyambayamba Wayo MTN ya. Omwaka guno tuliranye era twebasa nnyo aba MTN otulowoozaako ne batusanga mu mbeera eyali enzibu nga twetaaga obuyambi bungi ne batuyambira ddala. Mu bino bye batuyamba nze nga nze nsobola okutunga ekyalaani naye omukulu gwange guno gukoowa olema gukoowa mangu ne bannange abasinga bwe batyo. Amakulu gaffe tegasobola nnyo so ebyalaani byonna baabisa amasannyalaze ate tulinnyako lulinnya tubeerasa nnyo olwekyo. Emabikako twatunganga engoye tusomesa naye nga twetaaga okugenda ewalala okusobola okumaliriza ne tukoze. Engoye tuzitunga ne zitaggwa. MTN yatuyamba ne tuwa ekyalaani kya ovalo. Ati tutungira awo tusomesezaawo tukolerawo ovalo buli kimu kiggweeraawo. Twebayisa ddala. Nalina nnyo okuyaayaana okukola otunga okusa logo oba kati nga bbaaki eno n'okisaako bbaaki yonna yonna. Naye nga ekyuma ekyo ekyalaani ekyo yasente nnyingi kituufu nga sikisobola. MTN yakimpatta ekyalaani ya embroidery. Bala nga tweyanseekwe. Batusanga nga ewaffe ekituufu mu bwayise oli yagamba nti amazzi bwe bulamu nga tusula mu bwayise ate wali ewaffe ewatandikira amazzi ate we gakoma. Bwe tusomera wonna wonna nga amazzi gayonoona ekisenge kyonna kyonna ate ng'ekisenge bwe kinnyuukirira kyonoona ebyuma munda. MTN neerongoosa ekizimbe kyonna nekisibako n'amayinja kati amazzi gayitamu buyisi. Tetwaliwe tutyo okusooka naye njagala nnyo okwebasa Katonda owa MTN okuyita mu Uganda Small Scale Industries abatukolekitinga otutuusa wano we tuli tulinganga abali mu birooto byaffe kati. Tweyanseekwe Katonda abawe omukisa.
Very big round of applause for Anne. She is changing wisely. Like she said, disability is not inability. Everyone can be a change maker. Thank you very much, Anne. We're going to play a video that shows the experience of engaging in the communities as MTNers. We have Yellow Care, and every month we have it. People go to the communities and engage them. So I'll ask that video to be played, just showing what we did this year.
We are this year celebrating our 25 years anniversary, and therefore today marks the first day of 25 days where we don't want just to celebrate within MTN, but we actually want to celebrate with our communities and our customers.
It is day 2 of the 25 days of Yellow Care. Ateke, we are in Sorority today. Remember, together we are unstoppable.
Time check, it's 9 a.m. We just arrived in northern Uganda for the 25 days of Yellow Care.
Today we had so much fun in Seta Mukono at Murungi Confectionery. Hoima, here we come.
Today I'm happy for receiving the equipment from MTN Uganda.
We have equipped the community with a lot of things. Among others are sewing machines and computers that are going to be connected for a period of a whole year.
We painted, we were able to clean the hospital, we visited patients, mothers that have just given birth and those that are due.
We appreciate from the bottom of our hearts that MTN has seen the value of standing alongside refugees.
This is one of the initiatives that is making us learn that you can convert waste into something that is usable, into something that is productive, and in the end will improve someone's life or make someone happy. Those are very good initiatives.
Indeed, together we're unstoppable. And I like the way it ended, because as it ended, Sylvia is here to give us her remarks.
I think that day we were high on the energy of cleaning the market and seeing the way we were received by the people of Hoima. It was a really good day. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, all protocols observed. We are well? Good afternoon, we are well? All right, fine. First of all, let me start off by apologizing. I actually thought the program had started off by 2:30. We were trying to finish some other meetings. We had a foundation board meeting in the morning. I didn't realize that everybody had stopped to wait for me to come. So I apologize for keeping you waiting for the half hour that you had to wait. My sincere apologies. That is not how MTN works. And do not think that that is a reflection, that tardiness is a reflection of how we do business. So my apologies for keeping you waiting. I do, however, hope that from what we have seen today, we have seen change makers coming and sharing with us their story. Those of us who were here when the panelists were sharing their narratives, the impact that they're creating, from the single fathers to the work that is being done by Tunaweza, to the work that is being done by Jamila. I think it's all very fantastic, and also even the partnerships that we've had with people like Kusia are really, really amazing. And I think to my fellow MTN Foundation board member and trustees, you know, sometimes when we sit and we have the board meetings, sometimes it looks like statistics, but when you actually come here and you see the impact that we are creating in the lives that are told. I love the lady who came and spoke about what we are doing with widows, or the gentleman, Mohammed, who was so energetic, telling us that the impact that has been created because of MTN Foundation going there. So to the trustees and the board members, thank you so much for the changes that you're creating in Uganda and for being the architects of the change stories that have actually been told here today. I can tell you, to all the beneficiaries who are in the room, if this strong panel of trustees did not believe in what it is that you're doing, we would not be here today. And for that, I think it's important to say thank you. The second group of people that I want to recognize today, and who are very critical to us, are our chief community officers. Could they please stand and come to the front? Because these are the people who represent us in society. Please come. I don't know why there are no women chief community officers, but maybe you can come here in the middle, because they are going to be critical to what it is that I'm going to be mentioning just now. You can probably introduce yourself, the region where you're from, and what is happening in your community very quickly.
Good afternoon. My name is David Conrad Nsio, and I'm the dealer distributor for Busoga region. I'm also the chief community officer or chief hustler for the region, and the essence is to be able not only to promote MTN within the locality of Busoga, but also be able to operate and assist, especially those who are less privileged, so that we can be able to work together. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Alex Ruhunda, Chief Community Officer, MTN, for Mubende Toro region. And I'm privileged that I identify with the good causes of MTN for the last 24 years.
Thank you, CEO and the friends. I'm Andrew Ntegeka. I'm the Chief Community Officer for Hoima and Kikube districts. I've worked with MTN for almost 20 years. And the community, you've seen some videos where the MTN CEO and the staff came to Hoima and supported some women group. They were extremely excited. They gave them tailoring equipment and they changed their lives. MTN is there to transform humanity. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Kayongo Musa Seuliba. I'm the Chief Community Officer, Luwero, that's Savannah region. Actually, for Luwero, we've been one of the biggest beneficiaries in MTN Together We Are Unstoppable. We've seen communities change in Luwero. You see all the pineapples which we are consuming in Uganda, they come from Luwero. Luwero, we are the leading producer of coffee in Uganda. These people have been helped. We've seen people receiving many things they use in the garden, farming inputs. And I just want to tell you, in the next 6 months, you're going to see many pineapples on the road. You're going to see coffee, quality coffee, being brought to your market. So I just urge you, keep consuming pineapples, keep consuming coffee, because it's MTN supporting these people. We thank MTN. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Greetings from Greater Masaka. I represent the Chief Community Officer, Owechitiibwa David Kyewalabye. I'm Sentongo Dennis. And down there, we are doing a great job with MTN to change lives of people, and how we also wish CEO you come and we be part of the videos that you've showed us here. Thank you so much.
Protocol observed. Greetings from Otada, Lango Sub-Region. I represent the CCO, and I just wanted to mention 2 things we've done, maybe to the CEO. Number 1, me with the team of Otada, we were moving around our patch and we found so many young girls and the boys in dirty uniforms, and they couldn't afford soap. So me and Philip and some other guys, we had to mobilize the staff, and we bought soap for the kids at school, and it was exciting. So we made change there. The other thing we usually do, we have something we do to give pads to girls. Because what happens in those places, we find that so many young girls get pregnant because they are getting a pad from an uncle. So in order to get the money, an uncle had to give money, then sleep with the girl, so they end up pregnant. So we have campaigns we call Pad Lango, Pad a Patch, Pad. So we just go to schools and give out sanitary towels. So Philip usually comes along and we go and we do that. So thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gloria Kemirembe, Officer CBD. Recently we had MTN came and we were in Lusaze, and we had to clean up the environment. We recruited many people on MTN, and we encourage them to use the digital technology to market their products. They're in Lusaze, and these youth and the women are doing great. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon. My name is John Paul Baliruno. I work as the Senior Sales and Operations Manager at Simba Telecom. We have been part of the MTN Yellow Care. Personally, we went down to the old taxi park and we met the management of that park. I went with a gentleman called Stuart, and we are able to give them a free computer because that's the gap they had in their operations, because everything was being done manually. They were recording information manually on pieces of paper. So through the MTN Yellow Care, as a dealer, we're able to go with MTN and be able to assist that organization of the old taxi park to see that there is efficiency in the way they execute on their duties. So I want to thank you so much, MTN, and we shall continue to be part of the work that you do. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm called Kenya Emmanuel. I'm new on this team as a Chief Community Officer representing Lango Sub-Region. It's my pleasure to be part of this team, causing change and making impact in societies. I'm an entrepreneur in education, in agriculture. I speak on money, and I wrote a book, From Zero Money to Wealth. I believe in Lango, and indeed most Uganda, there are so many young people who are starting from zero, but who with empowerment, who with support, can turn that and create wealth. So I'm glad to be a part of this team, and I'll use my skills. Personally, I started from zero, but I'm now somewhere. So I want to share that with other young people and that they realize the dreams of their lives and live to their fullest ability. I'm glad to be on this team. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much. So why are we here today, and what is the role of the Chief Community Officer? So are the regional heads in the room? Joseph, if you could lead your troops to the front, we see you. So MTN in this country is divided into 4 main regions. Is it 4 or 5? 4, yes. And the shortest man is the leader. Oh, no, there's a shorter one than you. I thought you were the shortest, Joseph. All right, so Joseph is the one who is in charge of our entire sales and distribution across the whole of Uganda. He's, they say dynamite comes in small packages. I can assure you he's dynamite in terms of how he delivers. Joseph, please introduce your regions and the people who are leading.
Good afternoon, everyone. You're most welcome, foundation directors and board members. They are called trustees. That's better. So Patrick anchors Central Uganda. Central is Buganda. So he's the man in charge of the capital city. So he's our host today. Andrew Tusubira comes from the west. Western Uganda's Honorable Ruhonda, Mbarara, and also I think many of the ministers today come from the west. And all the animals that come to Kampala come from Andrew's place. So economically, we are very represented there. Philip is in charge of Northern Uganda. We had quite a bit of civil war in the 90s, early 2000, but the recovery and transformation MTN has done in Northern Uganda is commendable. This year, he has received the biggest number of sites in terms of capital investment. So you will see more growth coming in from the vulnerable communities of Arua, the refugee camps and settlements. That complements the work that we're doing as MTN. So Alan comes from Eastern Uganda. Eastern Uganda starts from Teso, Katakwi coming back, Mbale, Serere, Kapchora, Tororo, and stops at the bridge of Jinja. Eastern Uganda has also received a lot of investment in terms of outlets. We've put up a total of about 42 new shops in Eastern Uganda. We are trying to bridge the gap between the customer and our service footprint. Overall, this is the team that anchors MTN Uganda, and as of today, we are over 18.1 million customers. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much, gentlemen. You may have your seats. There's a reason why I've introduced them. Your Excellency, I'm going to send Joseph to you so that you can tell him that women can also do what men can do. He can have a woman in that panel of soldiers who are actually selling. So why was it important for me to introduce the regional heads as well as the chief community officers? Because today we are here to launch a very, very special initiative. You have just seen what we have shared with you in terms of the video of what we did with Yellow Care, where we had MTN staff going across the country, interacting with consumers, interacting with communities. I personally, I think, met Anne when we came to your project to see what it is that was being done. I was also in Hoima where we were cleaning the market and also interacting with one of the women's groups there, I think called Take a Step. And for all our staff who went out, it was an absolutely fulfilling engagement. Now for us, as we celebrate 25 years as MTN, one of the things we asked ourselves was, what can we do to even give back a lot more to the community? Through the MTN Foundation, we are here today to announce a special event or a special program that we are calling Change Makers that is going to be launched today. And Change Makers is all about partnering with the community to create the change that we actually want to see. I think one of the things that you can tell from what has been shared here, either from the panelists or the various people who have given their testimonials, or even from the chief community officers, change does not have to be massive, because sometimes we think that to be able to drive the change of how we want society to look like, the fabric of our culture to look like, we need to do big things. It all starts from the small incremental changes that we are making, first of all, at the individual family unit, in the community, in the society, And by, all that change accumulates to create the Uganda that we actually want to create. So today, the whole plan is to share with you a new program that we are launching, which is called Change Makers, that is going to be across the entire Uganda. And that's why you have seen our regional heads are here. The whole objective of Change Makers is to partner with our customers across the entire length and breadth of Uganda to ask them, what change do you want to create in your community? Send us your proposal. We will evaluate those proposals. And once we evaluate those proposals, we will then choose the 25 flagship projects that are going to be supported by MTN between now and December that then will create that change that we want to see. Now, I will invite Brian to come and talk us through what is going to be the key elements of this Change Makers program. But a couple of things I want to call out. We are 25 years, so we are going to fund 25 key projects across the country. The second thing is MTN, through the MTN Foundation, and I really want to thank the trustees for supporting this, are going to be investing $500 million in these 25 flagship projects across the country to actually drive the change that we actually want to see. The third thing is these must be community projects. So what we will invite you to do, you can come and say, in the area where I come from, I want to be a change maker. And the way I want to create change is I can see the women or my mothers or the elderly, for them to get access to water, they probably have to walk many kilometers. So the change I want to create is to make it easy for the community not to have to travel far by, I don't know, having a water tank put up or a borehole sunk, I don't know. So your proposal, whoever will choose to be the change maker, must not be beneficial to you as an individual, but must be beneficial to the community, right? We will announce the application criteria, and Brian will walk us through the technical detail of that. But what will happen is once we get all the submissions, which we hope will come from all the regions, that's why we have our regional heads here. They will also mobilize together with their chief community officers. They will sit as a region. The chief community officers will also be part of that panel, and they will identify 5 projects for each of the different regions that we have that will then be supported by this initiative. And hopefully, by the end of August, we will announce the ones that have been successful, and then after that, get on with the work of implementing. I'm hopeful by the time MTN turns 25 years on the 23rd of October, right? We will have begun to roll out these projects as part of our MTN at 25 celebrations. Remember, in MTN, we say together we are unstoppable, so we need every change maker who is in this room and who is also listening to actually jump on this initiative so that we can now create and light fire across the different parts of the country as we create the change that we want to see. I will invite Brian to share with us the technical details, and then after that, I'll come back and close.
Thank you, Sylvia. I think the key word there is partnership, working and partnering with the communities, partnering with our subscribers, partnering with Ugandans to create change. So we have there we go. So we have worked with countrymen over the years that we have been here as MTN. These are pictures from the marathon. The marathon started in 2004. And since that time, we've been running with Ugandans, ordinary Ugandans, coming to join us to create change. The first picture there is where we used to run from the Parliament Avenue. And we have seen a lot of impact that we've been able to create through the MTN Kampala Marathon. That is us, MTN, working with you, the public, to create that change. So over the years, the MTN Foundation has impacted over 110 districts. We have impacted over 5 million people, and we have invested over 30 billion shillings in Uganda. At this point, I'd like you to clap for the trustees. They're the ones who make these decisions, right? Yeah, but we have seen a lot of impact that has been created by the MTN Foundation. The foundation focuses on areas in education, in health, and economic empowerment. We do focus also on other national areas, national priority areas, especially humanitarian. And you have seen MTN come and join the Uganda Red Cross or the Office of the Prime Minister when disasters happen. Last month, we did 25 days of Yellow Care because we're celebrating 25 years. And along the time when we were implementing this, we kept on thinking, how do we make this sustainable? Every June since 2007, we have been implementing 21 days of Yellow Care. That gentleman there was at Sanyu Baby's home, and we had gone there to spend time with the kids. And over there, you see the girls who are in Kitgum. We are in the maternal ward, and we were trying to give them mattresses to ensure that we can support the mothers. There are very many pictures there where we are painting, and I think the third with the brushes, painting blue on a wall, that was with Madame Jamila Mayanja. That was their first workshop. It was located in Kawempe, somewhere down in the valley, in a swamp. We came along and we joined them to refurbish the place they were working from and provide equipment. These are things that are supported, fully supported and sponsored by MTN staff, to be direct. MTNers come together, they contribute funds, they contribute in kind, they participate, they give of their time, and we have seen the impact it has created. And so because of that idea, that MTNers using their money can actually come together and create such change. Ooh. Okay, it's technology. And because of what we have seen and what we're able to accomplish, the MTN Foundation has said, okay, you know what? Since you've been investing this little money and we have seen what it can do, as a foundation, we're going to give you more funds to see how we can scale up everything that we're doing. The little things that Sylvia talked about, how do we scale them up to make sure that they reach more people and they create more impact in the communities? Because most community members are the ones who know where the issues are. Not us. For us, we sit here and we, this in the fancy offices. However, the people in the community understand what they need to create that change. So what we're doing is empowering them to transform their communities. So, ladies and gentlemen, the MTN Change Makers program aims to empower the change makers in our communities. The people who see the world not as it is, but as it could be. And the people who actually take the courage to transform that community and turn that into reality. The project aims to recognize that and support them, to ensure that through their passion and their dedication and hard work, we can inspire a change, a flood of change across Uganda. We cannot do it as just the MTN Foundation. We have to partner with the community to actually create the change that we want to see. The little change makers, projects that are going to be done in the communities are going to come and scale up to create a massive wave of change at the end of the day. Sylvia has talked about the targets. We're going to invest $500 million shillings into the community. We're going to impact over 25 communities. Yeah, I think we need a bigger hand clap there. Yeah, and we're in the board meeting, and the trustees said we have to emphasize $500 million shillings. Yeah, and in 25 communities to be impacted. That is a big, massive change that we're going to create at the end of the day. The proposals should not exceed 20 million. We want many people and many communities to be impacted. But we have seen that even with 20 million shillings, the change that can be created can become very big and very massive. And so what we're encouraging is, let's keep it under 20 million. And when we say 20 million, it's not that I mean that if you have a project of 5 million, now change it and say, okay, fine, now I'm going to put 20 million. I think we'll evaluate the projects based on the value that they bring. But the projects should not exceed 20 million shillings. How to apply? We have 3 channels that we can apply through. One is through online applications that will be done on our website, the MTN website. The link is there, www.mtn.co.ug/changemakers-application. So you can go to our website and you should be able to apply directly there, or you could download the application document and send it to the email that is provided there. You can also record a 1-minute video and send it to WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is highlighted there, 0772 123 100. It's a 1-minute video where you talk about the change that you want to see in your community, and then you submit that to that number. The third is physical application. This will be done at all our MTN service centers across Uganda. So at every service center, you'll be able to get a form, complete it, and submit it for evaluation. Who can apply? First of all Ugandans can apply. All Ugandans can apply. You must be over the age of 18 years. And if you have committed a crime, unfortunately, you will not be able to apply for support. We will conduct due diligence for all the applications that we do to ensure that we avoid that. The last thing talks about the projects that we are going to support. We're going to follow our key thematic areas that we focus on, which is economic empowerment, education, health, agriculture, and water and environment. The selection criteria, this is what will be used to evaluate the projects that come through and the ones that will be supported. As has been mentioned, the committees are going to be regional committees. We will support, but the evaluations will be based on a region that has been zoned out. So that is how the evaluations will be handled. But the project must focus. They must be sustainable and have a lasting impact. So we'll evaluate that for sustainability. We'll also evaluate if the project addresses a community or social need. We shall not allow individual-driven projects. Number 3, the project must have the ability to implement positive, direct change in the lives of the beneficiaries. Here we're trying to ensure that you're not trying to enrich yourself. The 4th is the projects must focus on effective stakeholder engagement. It cannot be a one-man show. The community has to be part of the project that we'll be evaluating. So the community has to be benefited, it has to be part of, so when you are creating that proposal, first look at, have I engaged the community? Are the community in part of this application that is being made? So it cannot be a one-man show. The project should have hands-on involvement by local leadership at the highest level. It's important to be accountable, but we also partner with the government in very many of our projects, so there has to be representation from the leadership of the community or of the area that is being proposed for. The project must attempt to obtain maximum value from the given budget. Like I said, you can't use 5 million shillings and you can create change which benefits over 100 people. So let's maximize that. The last is that the project must comply with the laws and regulations of Uganda. Okay? So if you have a farm and I think you're growing medicinal marijuana, it might not be supported. Okay? We have to abide by the laws and regulations of the country. The timelines, so call for submissions starts today. Today, 10th July, yes, 10th July. And we will close on 11th August. So 10th July to 11th August. Those are 4 weeks. In those 4 weeks, we will have regional launches. that will be conducted in the different 4 regions that have been mentioned here. And we're also going to zone them so that we ensure that everyone is covered at the end of the day. So you'll see in the north we have zoned out West Nile, Lango sub-region, Acholi, and Karamoja. We have looked at Busoga, Teso, Bugisu, and Bukedi in the east. Greater Central, we're looking at Luwero, Mpiji, Masaka, and Mukono. And because of the needs, the big needs in Kampala, we have left it alone, independent. And in the west, we looked at Kigezi, Ankole, Toro, and Bunyoro. There will be a communication through the radio stations, TV, and social media to ensure that you have all the facts about this program and how you can apply. The second phase will be the vetting period, which will run between 14th August to 25th of August, in which the different evaluation teams will evaluate the projects that have been, the applications that have been submitted. And then after that, we shall announce the winners on 28th of August. After 28th of August, we'll go into implementation and commissioning. We're giving it a lag to ensure that we get the right, whatever solutions that are required. We will go through procurement phases to make sure that everything is aligned to the processes of MTN. And then we shall have implementing and commissioning of the projects from 1st of October to 31st of December. Again, the projects will differ because based on what has been provided. At this point, I must also add something that we missed out. Your project cannot take more than 3 months to implement. The project has to be under 3 months if we're to support it. Anything that is over 3 months will not be supporting those projects. And finally, we shall profile and show accountability in Q1 of 2024 to ensure that we're accountable to our trustees, we're accountable to the management of MTN Uganda, management of Momo, MTN Momo, and as well as accountability to the public on what we are doing and what we have been able to achieve. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it from me. Together we are unstoppable.
So thank you very much, Brian. Are we excited? Are we excited? Chief Community Officers, now don't use this for a political agenda, please, to make yourself famous in the regions. But I mean, seriously, for my commercial heads, are you excited? Alan, Patrick, Philip, Andrew, you do not have a voice. For our salespeople, don't have a voice. Are you excited? Yeah, that sounds much. That's why you need a woman. She would have a louder voice than the 4 of you combined. But for us, I think it's just to say this is a really, really great opportunity to partner together with the community. Now you can see why I took time to introduce the regional heads to you, to introduce the chief community officers for you, because they are going to be the ambassadors of driving this Change Makers program across Uganda. In the different communities that they are in. So as you see them, you can interact with them and tell them these are some of the projects that I'm thinking about. Obviously, your project has to meet the criteria, and then they will do the evaluation based on the ones that benefits the community the most. Can be done within 3 months. I think also the other thing we're looking at is to make sure that we ensure that those people who have been left behind or probably have not received any support in the past are also prioritized. But I think by and large, what we are looking to do is to create impact, to bring the change that MTN Foundation I know has done in the past and can do even now in an even bigger scale, available to all the communities in Uganda so that we can be able to make a difference together. So for us, the key thing to remember as core to the Change Makers vision is that we want to unleash the potential of every individual as we equip them with the tools and resources that they need to create a sustainable, transformative reality that will progress their communities. I think for us as MTN Uganda, one of the things that we have sought to demonstrate through the power of the foundation is to continue to showcase that we as Ugandans can be the agents that the world desperately needs. If we receive the right resources, we receive the right tools, we receive the right level of support, we can actually leverage the 18 million strong customer base that we have today, 11 million of whom are using mobile money as well as other digital and financial literacy services that we have, to actually create a story and a progressive and transformative story that then is a reflection of the community, of the belief that we have as a nation, that as we continue together, to stand together, we can actually make the things that seem impossible become impossible. I think one of the things that I love about Uganda is that we've actually demonstrated that Uganda is made up of a nation of people who are dreamers and doers. And in MTN, we believe in the power of doing. Having the ability to be able to dream is great, but sometimes you need somebody to actually invest in you so that you can get on with the doing part of the dreaming to actually realize the outcome that you want. And for us, we believe that this will not only make us a very competitive kind of nation as we bring our skills to the forefront, but also a highly creative one in terms of the way we express the different talents and skills that we have, and therefore create inspiration for the generations of today and of tomorrow. So for me, it's my great pleasure to invite all Ugandans to submit their applications or recommend groups and projects that they believe have the opportunity to be able to create a step change in their communities, specifically in the areas that Brian called out of economic empowerment, education, health, water, environment, as well as agriculture. Remember, applications are open to everyone, and you can submit them. Well, now we are not using CDs, as had been shared earlier. You don't need to burn a CD and put it on a boda or on a taxi. You can use the power of WhatsApp. So put together your application and send it to the WhatsApp number that had been shared, and we'll probably leave it up on the screen at the end of this so that you can see, or submit it on our website, or drop it physically at any of our service centers countrywide. So commercial heads, please make sure that we have a box where these applications can actually be dropped in any of the service centers that we have for those who want to submit a physical copy. As has been said, 500, oh well, not 500, $500 million shillings have been put up by the MTN Foundation. Thank you so much, trustees. And we are hoping we'll impact at least minimum 25 million. If your project is only 5 million, it's okay. Send 5 million, it leaves another 15 million that can be given to another project, which therefore means that 25 should be the minimum that we seek to impact. We can actually do a lot more depending on how we spread the money. At MTN, we are committed to ensuring that no one is left behind in the pursuit of their dreams, because we firmly believe that transforming individuals' lives ultimately leads to the transformation of communities, societies, and ultimately our nation. Together, my encouragement to you all is, let us become the architects of the change that we want to see. Let's break those barriers and create a Uganda that we can be proud on, not only to live in this generation that we are in, but also create a Uganda that our generations that follow us can live in. Remember, we are remarkable together, and together we are unstoppable. It therefore gives me great pleasure to invite the chairman of the MTN Foundation to address us and let us know whether he has blessed us so that we can kick off from today and start running towards that finish line to ensure that everyone participates. Sir, you're welcome. A big round of applause for our chairman as he comes on.
Thank you, CEO Sylvia. CEO MTN Uganda, the MTN Foundation trustees, EXCO, Momo EXCO, the MTN Yellow Care beneficiaries, Uganda Small Scale Industries Association, the media, and all invited guests. all the people who have spoken ahead of me, they never used any papers, they just spoke. But I speak on behalf of the Board of Trustees, and I'm not about to be misquoted. I must deliver their message, and therefore I will read the speech that has been prepared for me. And for my son, Mr. George William Okol, you are still here. I am one of those who wear suits. So I'll be different from you, and I have a PhD, but not making money. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the board and management of the MTN Uganda Foundation, I extend warm greetings and sincere gratitude to everyone gathered here today. By the way, I have been privileged to chair the MTN Foundation since it started in 2007. And don't say again there because I'm still around. MTN Uganda Foundation purpose is to bring about meaningful, measurable, and sustainable change that helps disadvantaged and rural communities to become self-sufficient. With a focus on innovative technology, we can aim to uplift communities towards independence in this bold, new digital world. The Foundation has played and continues to play a key role in complementing the government's efforts in pertinent areas such as youth empowerment, education, health, and initiatives that are deemed as national priority initiatives for the betterment of Ugandans. I am proud to say that since its existence, the Foundation has a footprint across all regions of Uganda with over 250 projects implemented in the last 10 years, reaching millions of Ugandans. The Foundation has in the last 10 years spent over Uganda shillings 30 billion to change the lives of the communities, and as chairman, I guided in making those decisions. We believe that every individual deserves a chance to thrive, regardless of their circumstances or background. We recognize the immense potential that lies within these communities and the power that can be harnessed when we come together as a force for good. By investing our resources, expertise, and unwavering dedication, we can empower individuals and communities to break free from the cycle of poverty and build a brighter future for themselves. And so today, we are introducing the MTN Changemakers Initiative. And thank you, Brian, for taking us through all the nitty-gritty of what it takes to benefit from this initiative. I'm sure you have all been attentive, and when we close this meeting, we expect to receive the first applications using WhatsApp and the technology that is available. This groundbreaking program embodies our unwavering commitment to driving positive change at the grassroots level. It serves as a platform to support and amplify the voices of individuals and organizations who have visionary ideas and projects that can make a profound impact in their communities. Through the Changemakers Initiative, we invite and encourage all interested Ugandans to submit their applications or recommend deserving projects in the areas of economic empowerment, education, health, water and environment, and agriculture. We only have enough money for that. We know that the needs are greater than that, but that is those are our chosen areas of support. By providing the necessary resources, mentorship, and support, We aim to empower these change makers to turn their ideas into reality and create lasting change in their communities. Together, let us continue to strive for a future where all individuals, regardless of their circumstances, have the opportunity to thrive and succeed. By working hand in hand, we can build a brighter and more inclusive society for all. Together, let us unveil the potential within our communities, and together, let us build a brighter future for all. I thank you for your attention. It is now my pleasure to declare the start of the Change Makers Initiative, and I invite you to put in your applications so that we can make progress. Thank you.
Let's stand up and give the chairman a deserving hand clap. Thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you. Yeah, so you can go to our website right now if you have your smartphone on. Let's go to the website, mtn.co.ug/changemakers-applications, and start applying now. So if you have a smartphone here and you want to apply, go there, click on application, and you can start applying now, immediately as we start. Thank you very much. I think we're going to have a group picture here. Oh, I wanted to recognize the presence of Mr. Sullivan. He's from the ICDL Foundation. He joined us here today with Michael. Thank you for coming. So ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the close. Let's have a group picture here. Our CCOs, our regional team, the trustees, the executive committee, which is here present for Momo and MTN. Please let's come in front. Some of our change makers who have been here, please also come and join us, because together we are going to make a statement that we are really unstoppable. So please join John and Sylvia. Yeah. Okay, the trustees, I think. Yeah. Yes. Mr. DJ, I think at this point you can play something for us. This is a celebration, so. It's too wide, so we're going to come in. Let's squeeze in. We see an application coming through right there on your screens.
I'm in love with this man. He makes me so happy. He makes me wanna go. Eba. Papa way, Papa, my baby.
About MTN, will you? Okay, we need some bigger smiles. Yellow. Together we are. I think we can do it louder. Together we are. Okay, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well done. Okay, once again, thank you very much. Thank you. I know we have kept you longer than was expected, but thank you very much for being patient and spending the afternoon with us. Thank you. There is a snack outside. As you leave, please pass by the table outside. There's a snack for you and a drink for you. So please pick one as you head out.